Hello, and welcome back to Coping the Sports World. It has been quite a long time, longer than we anticipated, but that thing called life always rearing its ugly head, or its beautiful head, depending on who you ask, I guess. But anyway, this is episode 2 of Coping with the Sports World. I am your host, or co-host, Joseph Copeland, or Cope, and
I am Chris Kessler, co-host, known as Kessler.
Are you known as that, though?
People call me that a lot. There's a lot of Chris's in, the group of people I hang out with.
Chris is a very strong...
Yeah. Strong name.
Then again, so is Joseph, though.
Yeah. They're really common.
Why I called Cope.
Yeah.
A lot.
Really common.
Because for some reason, people think it's hard. People pronounce my name Copyland or Copeland. I'm like, it's Copeland.
Can you read?
Is it that difficult? So they just stop at Cope. They go halfway. They're like, it's good enough.
Cope I can read that.
It's economically easier for them. Economically. They're paying money to say my name. No, we haven't quite reached that level yet. Hopefully one day to say my name, you'll have to pay.
Yes, that'd be great.
But, anywho, we're glad you're joining us whenever you do join us. And we promise this one won't take a week and a half to upload.
No, we got this down now.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, not quite down.
You found a solid software program that can do it in a day? ?
I could probably do it tonight.
So we can get this up tonight. Yeah. Okay. Relatively speaking. Don't quote me. We know it's just a podcast, so I can edit that part out, but I'm not going to. All right. So today we're going to cover few things. 3 different sports, actually. We're looking at the Major League Baseball playoffs.
Yeah, that should be fun to talk about.
The beginning of the National Hockey League season, which is very exciting for lots of people and lots of different reasons. And then, of course, we'll do some NFL talk, recapping the first month of the NFL season that has seen some surprises. That's what happens, man. Especially playing fantasy football, looking at my lineups. It's like next week 6 already?
What's going on?
Before you know it, my season's over and you're out of the playoffs.
Isn't your season already over?
Hush. Depends on the league as well. But
that's true.
The money league, it's not looking good. David Johnson, Isaiah Crowell.
Hey, man, I wouldn't...
Sad times. But we'll save the whining and pity parties for fantasy football for later. We are going to jump right in. I think we should let's do the wild card games really quick.
Yeah.
I want to start with the National League wild card game because...
That game was legit.
I'm going to say that game, that Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Colorado Rockies, I'm going to say that game, everything about that game was what is perfect about baseball.
Yes.
I mean, you have an elite 8th-inning setup pitcher hitting a 2-run triple.
Yeah, because people predicted
and
that.
then coming out the next inning and giving up 2 home runs in a row to Arenado.
Because he landed third when he shouldn't have.
But I think the Diamondbacks are a real legitimate threat, man.
If they can keep hitting, yes.
Well, when they've hit all year.
Yeah, they've hit all year. They hit all year.
So, I mean,
teams go through cold stretches, though, but if they keep that hitting up, they're definitely going to make a run.
This year, they actually had an 11-8 record against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And now they're playing the Dodgers. And I think they're going to beat the Dodgers.
No, me too.
But we'll do the predictions last.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about the game last night specifically, where Arizona jumped all over John Gray, the Rockies' supposed ace. And Paul Goldschmidt, most underrated player in baseball.
I think he's the best first baseman in baseball.
Paul Goldschmidt? Yeah, it's between Goldschmidt and Votto and I guess Rizzo, ?
Rizzo doesn't hit enough
Cubs
compared to the other
two. Won't like it, but I think Rizzo does fall behind Votto and Goldschmidt.
He doesn't hit for as much average as Votto and Goldschmidt. And I don't think he has as much power.
I mean, he might have as much power, but in terms of Goldie's the total package. He had 18 stolen bases this year.
He's a quick guy for how big he is.
But he's just the all-around, a great defender, hitting for average, hitting for power, driving around, stealing bases. Basically, Paul Goldschmidt is if you created a player in a video game.
They would be Paul Goldschmidt.
Yes, just probably with more buff.
More buff.
People like to make their characters look
like on steroids.
Yeah. Not Barry Bonds steroids because that just looks funky, but Giancarlo Stanton kind of thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, is he the MVP this year?
I don't know.
Goldschmidt?
I don't know.
Where's Votto?
I don't know.
Who is the National League MVP?
Well, how many? I don't know if he did lead the league in RBIs.
59 home runs.
And he hit 59.
Yeah, but
how do voters go? Like, are they going to go with the winning team, or are they going to do it with the dude who hit almost 60 home runs?
I honestly would put Votto or Goldie over Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, I probably would put.
Or who was Nolan Arenado?
No, exactly. Nolan Arenado's up there too. I'd probably put Goldschmidt as my MVP.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't say like Eric Thames.
Yeah, because I'm that kind of homer. Get out of here.
You said some pretty homerific things in your life.
I know.
Unlike me, who's totally unbiased 100% of the time, I'm quite professional in every sports discussion I have.
Right.
Once in my life have I ever spoken homerific of a team. Mm-hmm. And I just lied on my podcast.
Yeah, I was just saying,
But I think I would put Goldschmidt as the MVP of the National League as well, followed by Joey Votto. I think Joey Votto was amazing. Too bad he's stuck on a crap team for the last decade.
Exactly. If he was on a different team, he'd be winning MVP yearly.
Yeah, probably with his like 500 OBP or whatever it seems like.
I mean,
the man's a walking machine.
Nolan Arenado too. Holy Lord, hit 310, 130 RBIs. He only struck out 106 times compared to most of the guys.
Only when you strike out 106 times, it's a good thing.
I mean, compared to the other guys that we're talking about, except for maybe Votto, because that dude just fouls pitches off at will,
or he just doesn't swing a balls out of the strike zone.
He chokes up like MFer though.
He is the most professional hitter in baseball.
Yeah, he can just slap the ball wherever he wants.
He has the most discipline. Is what it is. I think the most discipline and plate vision. He
That's
literally does not swing a balls out of the zone. He's like, no, I will sit here and take 7 straight pitches until you throw one in the zone. And the one in the zone, he destroys.
Exactly. I watched him in that last series that they were playing in Milwaukee. And he's like just pumped. His team's won 60 games. He's pumped already to go. He's ready to play. Well, that dude is always in the game.
Professional, man.
Exactly. He's always in the game. You got other players that would just give up on the season already. And he's just still ready to play. It's ridiculous.
I mean, he did take like a $200 million contract to stay.
That's true.
So, I mean, he's not like he's in getting crappy paid on a crappy team. The man's being well compensated for that enthusiasm and professional hitting. But I do think goalie, yeah, okay. But going back to the wild card game, it was Diamondbacks jumped out 4-0. Rockies fought back with their offense. Basically, if you liked 1-0 games, it wasn't for you. This is a battle of two high-powered offenses. Charlie Blackmon and DJ LeMahieu, though, disappeared. Non-existent.
Blackmon didn't do anything.
Combined 0 for 9 yesterday for Colorado.
Blackmon, he was an MVP worthy guy. I mean, they all voted on him before last night's game anyway.
But he ain't going to be.
I don't think he will because he's a leadoff hitter.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything. When
you
hit well over 300 with 37 home runs and is the first leadoff man driving over 100 runs in MLB history.
That's true.
And steal 20 plus bases on a team that I guess made the playoffs, quote unquote.
Made the playoffs. Yep.
They made the playoff game.
They did. Yeah, that's true. He's got that Nolan Arenado thing on his team though, so that kind of.
You also have the Coors Field.
Yeah. Everybody votes against that now.
Which doesn't make sense. If you're good, you're good.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, the numbers will be a little bit different at Coors Field, but
they also
Nolan Arenado, where we all know he's good.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
You don't just get 130 RBIs in 3 straight seasons for no reason.
At Coors Field, yeah. I mean, it's helpful. Don't get me wrong, it's helpful. It helps.
Yeah, I mean, it helps with his home runs, but that dude can just hit.
True.
He can just rake.
But we both say Goldie.
What's up?
For MVP, right?
Oh, yes. Goldie.
But so that game, watching it, it's weird because, like, if the White Sox didn't exist, I very well might be a Colorado Rockies fan, so I follow them closely throughout the year. And last night pretty much summed up what the Colorado Rockies have been for the last 20 years.
Hitting and no pitching. When their ace, John Gray, quote-unquote ace.
It's
a playoff game. You have to win, and you put... I don't like putting the young guy in there.
Well, who else?
Exactly. Who else are you going to put in there? They didn't have anybody else to go to.
But then what was so rocky of them was in the late innings, the all-star reliever Pat Neshek, who they traded for, was 1 out away from getting out of an inning.
And he gives up
the 2-run triple to a reliever.
Hey, that swing was legit.
And then the next inning, Greg Holland was 1 out away from getting out of the inning. Gives up a 2-run triple to Pollock. You know the Diamondbacks tripled 4 times last night?
Oof.
Ketel Marte had 2 of them. He was 3 for 3.
He was actually pretty good pickup in that Segura trade.
Well, the first 3 months of the season, he was in the minors. But then Ahmed got hurt. He got called up. Owens came back, and then he went back down again. And then Owens got hurt, and he got called back up again. And now he's had 3 hits.
They have just so many middle infielders there.
The Diamondbacks lineup is just
middle infielders.
No, it's just insane in general.
It's
from top to bottom.
Great. It is
Pollock,
a great lineup.
Goldie, J.D. Martinez, probably the best pickup addition.
29 home runs in 2 months.
Yeah, that's why people are saying he should get NL MVP votes. I'm like,
not in 2 months.
If you combine his numbers with Detroit, he had the 3rd most homers in the majors with 45, behind only Judge and Giancarlo.
Yeah.
But dude, if you have a combo of Pollock, Goldie, J.D. Martinez, Jake Lamb,
it's
David
power.
Peralta, Ketel Marte, so they're power and speed, man. They got it all.
Oh yeah, they've got everything. Except for maybe pitching after Greinke.
Zach Godley, great.
Godley's been great.
Patrick Corbin.
Patrick Corbin's been good.
Taiwan Walker.
Fernando
Rodney, Robbie Ray. Archie Bradley.
Once you get their issue the middle relief. Anything between your starter and Bradley, and even Rodney's kind of been off this year.
Well, he's also bad start,
really
but then he had like 40 saves in a row.
He's also really old.
I mean, he's always been
he's been a solid
walking the edge, walking the line closer.
He always has.
He likes that drama. It's like, let's put 2 guys on and go 3-0 down to the next guy and see if
K-Rod.
There's a reason, but he's also one of the best closers of the last 10 years.
Exactly. He's there.
Not saying Fernando Rodney is, but
yeah.
But yeah, I think that game was just really, really good, really fun to watch.
Yeah. No,
credit to the Arizona crowd. Like they were
intense. They were live there.
Sell out. Like they were
sell out a freaking playoff game.
They were balls deep. That's podcasting. So we can. They were really into what was going, especially when that Bradley. Isn't that funny? I mean, you've heard me say that 1,000 times.
It's just. Wasn't expecting it on the podcast. Whatever.
Hey, it's a podcast. It's our podcast.
Who cares?
You know?
Who cares?
Start throwing swear words everywhere. Welcome to that blankety blank blank podcast with blankety blank and my host blankety blank.
Good enough.
There's lots of blanks going on here.
Right?
Since no one can see.
Just start beeping everything.
But yeah. So the Diamondbacks advance, and then they get to face the Los Angeles Dodgers. So it's the Nationals and Cubs in the 2-3, and Dodgers Diamondbacks. And we can start with, I guess, might as well stick with that, Dodgers Diamondbacks. I got Diamondbacks winning this series, man. I really do.
I do too. I don't like anything that the Dodgers have done over the last month and a half. Ever since they lost that series to the Brewers, they've just fallen off.
Well, that's what happens when you win the division in May.
Exactly. Like their pitching though hasn't. I don't know if it's just the fact that they don't feel like they've been playing for anything for the past 2 months. But they've just kind of fallen off, and their pitching hasn't been that good. Kershaw's even had a couple games where you're just like, what's going on?
You Darvish turned it on towards the end.
Yeah.
He had a little rough patch there, but then he turned it on. But I just think the Diamondbacks' offense is just clicking. And they have, like I said, they were 11-8 against the Dodgers this year.
Yeah. No, I definitely think Arizona's going to win this series.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dodgers win, but I mean, the Diamondbacks are red hot right now. Like it's one of the it's like kind of like the San Francisco Giants used to do. They get really hot end of the season and roll into the playoffs and blow past everyone all the way to the freaking World Series. Yeah. They don't. But the difference is the Diamondbacks don't have a Bumgarner. Because for as good as Greinke is, he doesn't have.
He's not Bumgarner.
He doesn't have the October pedigree.
Exactly. He isn't.
If I needed a game 1 in October, I'm having Madison Bumgarner.
I'd rather have Bumgarner than Greinke.
I'm taking Bumgarner over anybody. Ooh. That man's October prowess is unrivaled.
That's true. He does pitch hot in October.
He's single.
He did win that
World Series.
Yes.
He started 3 games and he closed out Game 7 as a closer.
Exactly. When you're pitching in 4 games in a World Series, you're kind of
with an ERA under 0.5.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's
no one else that won.
You won 4 games yourself.
And then last year in the wild card game, he got them in there over the Mets as well.
Exactly. He's just ridiculous.
But so the Diamondbacks don't have a Bumgarner. Greinke's great. About all these pitchers, Robbie Ray, Patrick Corbin, Zach Godley are all unproven in the playoffs.
Exactly. So you don't
That
know what
is
they're going
one
to
of
get.
the drawbacks. But if you're scoring 5, 6, 7, 8 runs a game,
If you can't win scoring 7 runs a game, even
well, the Colorado Rockies can't.
that's true. That's true.
So it is possible to lose. And it's not like the Dodgers have chump change coming up every day.
No,
Corey
God.
Seagers of the world. Oh.
Seager.
I think the Diamondbacks win it in 5. They win Game 5 in LA. Actually, I think Greinke takes down Kershaw or Darvish in Game 5. I think Kershaw has one off game in the series and one great game in the series, but I think his off game is the one that counts. He might have a great Game 1.
I actually have the Diamondbacks winning in 4.
So 3-1. Okay.
It's 3-1. I have them winning in 4. The only game I have them losing is to Kershaw.
Fair. So they probably lose the opener and then rip off 3.
Is he pitching Game 1 or is he pitching Game 2?
I'm
No, he is pitching Game 1 because Rich Hill is pitching Game 2.
Rich Hill. What I mean,
If he's healthy, he's got that wicked curve.
yeah, but
But looking at what the Diamondbacks do to the curve last night.
If you hang that a little bit,
Yeah,
the Diamondbacks will
gonna kill it.
demolish. They
What
will
was I watching last? I think I was watching MLB Network before the game. And they were talking about how the Diamondbacks can't hit breaking stuff, and then all of a sudden just whack, whack, whack. I'm like, hey!
Try again, please. 4 triples in a game.
It's just ridiculous.
I'm telling you, Diamondbacks lineup is a video game-esque.
That's what's gonna keep. It's what's gonna keep them winning. Their pitching isn't gonna keep them winning.
Correct.
Their pitching is just in there to keep them under 4 or 5 runs.
I think a lot of runs are scored in this series.
Yes.
But in the other series, Nationals Cubs, I don't think a lot of runs get scored.
No,
Because Game 1 you have Hendricks versus Strasburg.
exactly.
And the Cubs have Hendricks, Lester, Quintana, Arrieta lined up.
That's a pretty big 4 right there.
And the Nationals got Strasburg, Gio, Scherzer, I think, are their front three.
Scherzer pitching 3?
Because Scherzer's hamstring, they're trying to nurse it along. But I love the Nationals, I really do. What's that?
If it gets to Game 5, though, does Scherzer go on short rest?
That'd be really short rest, though.
That'd be like 3 days.
I would trust Strasburg in Game 5, wouldn't you?
I would too, yeah.
His last 8 starts of the year,
He's probably been better.
.8 ERA.
I know, he's been a monster.
.8. This year, his ERA was like 2.5. He was a 2.5 ERA this year. And he did his normal 200 plus, whatever strikeouts, so something along those lines. It was probably, I think, the best year of his career. Because he actually pitched the majority of the year.
Right, he wasn't
and he didn't have
cut off.
the innings cap, which, oh my God. I will never forget, years ago in the playoff run, we're shutting Strasburg down for the year, or even if we're in the playoffs, nope, he's not pitching again. That, to me, if I was a Nationals fan, would have pissed me
Oh, God,
off.
yeah. That would have made no sense. Like, you can't not pitch the kid in the playoffs.
It's like the Brewers, if they got in Davies, Chase, you guys are done.
Davies, Chase, Hader, you got...
Take a seat, boys.
We're
what's going to save you for the next 5 years and hope we get back to this
We're
position.
bringing Willie Peralta back.
There you go. But I think the Nationals win in 5. So I think both NL series go 5 games, but I think the Nationals home field.
I have Nationals in 5 too, yeah.
I just trust the Nationals lineup more than the Cubs.
I like that. I like it better. Trey Turner, I think, is gonna be a difference maker in this, just by
especially against John Lester.
Lester and Arrieta's been slow to the plate.
Arrieta's really fallen off, I think.
Yeah, and he still wants $200 million.
I mean, someone will give it to him, maybe.
We'll see. We'll
But
see.
Trey Turner is, I think you said, I agree, the key. Bryce Harper back healthy, obviously.
That's true.
Bryce Harper is Bryce Harper.
He only played the last week.
It's better than better than showing up, yeah. And they got Ryan Zimmerman, his Renaissance year. He kind of flatlined middle of the summer.
Yeah, he did not start. He was hit. What did he have before the All-Star break? Like 20-something home runs.
Yeah,
he only had 30.
He was hitting like 380 or something like that.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, that's in fantasy baseball. I traded him for Goldie.
Oh my God, who took that?
I also to be fair, I threw in Hector Neris. So I gave the guy Hector Neris and
closer for a bad team
and Zimmerman for Goldie. So clearly,
you still killed them.
Anyway, fantasy baseball GM savant, if you know what I'm saying. And then, so yes, Strasburg. I mean, I like Quintana. I love Jose Quintana. He's never pitched in the playoffs,
right?
But he's pitching Game 3 though. So by that point, it might be 2-0, and who knows. But I don't think it'll be 2-0, to be honest.
No, I think it's going to go 5.
I think Game 2 gets won when Lester does his playoff stuff.
Yeah, I think Lester is going to beat Who was it? Gio, right? Gio.
I think it's Gio. Yeah.
I think it's going to go Nationals, Cubs. Nationals. Cubs, Nationals.
So alternate. You had to think about that one there?
I was like, I'm saying it, and I'm like, that sounds a little off, but okay.
So it's going to alternate.
I think it's going to end up alternating.
So the home team's going to... No, not winning.
No, it's going to be 1 win home, 1 win away, 1 win home, 1 win away. Or 1 win away, 1 win... Yeah. But it's just going to alternate, and then the Nationals are just going to take it
both have the NLCS as D-backs Nationals.
Yes.
And both... Well, you have the National D-backs winning in 4 games. I have both series going 5 games.
Yeah.
Okay, then So, Nationals D-backs...
This one, I was struggling with this one. I was talking to you this morning. I was struggling with it this morning still.
The struggle is real.
The struggle was real. I went back and forth between the D-backs and the Nationals. It's going 7, in my opinion. I think it's going to go 7. And then it all kind of depends what the pitching is. But I think I'm going to go with the Nationals just because they're a more complete team, I think, than the D-backs.
I think it goes 6. I think Nationals win in 6. They have everything you could want. They have 2 legitimate, like, bona fide stud aces.
Yeah.
Like 100% monsters.
And Gio. Your third starter's Gio, and what is his ERA this year? Some ridiculous number.
Like I said, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Zimmerman, Worth. That lineup.
You're forgetting the best hitter in the NL.
Anthony Rendon.
Even in the
Anthony Rendon.
Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy, yeah, duh. The
best
Cubs killer,
hitter.
yeah. So I'm saying like that lineup is just as potent as the D-backs, I think.
It is.
I think the Nationals win in 6. They just have too much talent. And the fact that they shored up their bullpen this year with Matson and Doolittle and such.
Matson, Doolittle, Kinsler.
I think that was their biggest weakness in the past.
Oh, God, yes.
Now they don't need Scherzer and Strasburg to go 8 innings every freaking start. They can go 6 or 7 and still be comfortable.
I mean, who is their worst hitter?
Probably Jason Worth.
Does he start anymore, though?
I
mean, he's kind of in a platoon with Adam Lind.
Well, I mean, that's the point. I mean, Daniel Murphy, I think, is the best contact hitter. And then Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Zimmerman. I mean, point B, when you can go at least 5 or 6 deep with quality hitters, you're doing something right in your lineup.
Exactly. And they still...
Anthony Rendon has been amazing this year, too.
Michael Taylor has his moments. He has his moments. I mean, he's not consistent, but he has his moments.
He's not a game changer.
Oh, God, no. He's your lower guy. I mean, Matt Wieters can turn it on, too. He's hit pretty well. In the past. This year, I mean, he's only hitting, 225, but...
He's old and broken down. That's what happens when you're, 7 feet tall and play catcher.
Exactly. You need to go to first base, dude.
I mean, that's actually a reasonable thing, but then
exactly.
They have Zimmerman playing first now, though. So
yeah, he's not young anymore either. Though he's 34,
and one of the best years of his career.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
All because he changed his swing to uppercut and hit more fly balls. Which isn't it? I don't know if that's solely if you can change so drastically from just adding about 20%, not even 20%, 10% more uppercut to your swing. That you can have the huge turnaround that he had.
Yeah. A lot of it's mental. A lot of it is because it's not like he hasn't hit in the past. When he first came up, he was one of the better hitters.
Yeah, but his last amazing probably was 2010.
Yeah, exactly. But for the last 4 or 5 years, he's kind of fell off. But
he's been hurt a lot. He's been hurt a lot.
Exactly. He was healthy most of this year.
Well, he did go on the DL for a little bit. Yeah. But who
didn't
go on the DL?
Nothing compared to that last 4 years of his career where he's just constantly on the 60-day.
Like David Wright.
Yeah, that dude. Has he? When was the last time? 3 years ago.
He played a spring training game this year, I think.
And that's where he hurt himself again, probably.
Yeah, and he did his. He was going to come back, and then he got hurt in the middle of the rehab or something, and he shut it down, or I don't know. Basically, David Wright is done. I don't.
Probably. I don't expect him to play.
He hasn't been relevant.
In years. No, he's been bad.
The Mets are just
they're a dumpster fire.
Cespedes is probably gone.
He is a free agent, isn't he?
No, didn't he sign that extension?
I don't know if it was an extension.
Or a 3... Was it a 3-year? Maybe he's going to sign a 3-year deal. But either way, even if he does sign, I think they trade him at some point. Terry Collins resigned for a front office position.
Oh, he did sign a 4-year deal, but I thought there was an opt-out clause in there.
So they're going to trade him, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're going to get a lot for him.
Will you though? He was 31 now, and he's injury prone too.
This year he was.
Yeah, the last few years he's been pretty. His wrist get hurt a lot because he swings so violently.
Yeah, he's got a violent swing.
But apart from him, there's like nothing. Conforto.
I mean, they've got Conforto's probably at that point he's your most experienced hitter.
DeGrom shaved his head, so he's no longer the locks. He's just some random unrecognizable buzz cut kid.
I know.
Syndergaard just came back from a biceps injury, pitched like 2 innings to end the season.
I wouldn't have even pitched him out to let him go.
Matt Harvey is definitely done.
Batman is
And then Matz was hurt all year. So their rotation, which was supposed to be like the best in baseball on paper,
it's now nothing.
Close. Never even came close. That's why you don't play the games on paper.
Exactly.
You play them on grass. Dirt.
Yeah. Their lineup was never really that good. They were supposed to win based on pitching.
And when literally every single one of your starters
you can't win when your lineup is not good at all. They do have some young cats coming up though. I mean,
if I was a Mets fan, I'd be really.
I would not.
About the future.
I wouldn't be. You're gonna have to get some other pieces, but
watching what happened with the Yankees on the other side, combined with what craptastic stuff is happening with the Mets. If I was a Mets fan, I'd be every time.
I'd be a Yankees fan.
Every time Judge hit a home run, it'd be like a dagger, like a body shot. This body blow. Oh, Judge. Oh. I'm walking down the street, see notification, Judge homer. Oh. And someone's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Oh, no, Judge homered again. Sorry."
I got shot in the chest.
The Yankees rebuild accelerated insanely this year.
Oh God, yes. I was not expecting them to make playoffs this year.
You want segues? Segue. AL wildcard game.
There we go.
Featured the New York Yankees. Basically, which all they do. It was called them. They are the Bronx Bombers this year.
Yeah. Well, they have one bomber. For sure.
Gardner hit 20, surprisingly.
Exactly. Gardner hit a nice shot in that game.
They kind of put the game with home runs.
Exactly. Did they score on not home runs?
Judge hit a 3-run homer. Judge hit a 2-run homer. Gregorius hit a 3-run homer, and Gardner hit a solo shot. So they scored two more.
I think Judge had an RBI.
They scored. It was like 8-4, 8-5, or something like that.
Yeah, they won 8-4.
So most of the runs were home runs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But Yankees, they beat the Twins, who actually were the first team in Major League history to lose 100 games and then the next season make the quote-unquote postseason. But I didn't expect the Twins to win that game.
I didn't think they were going to win either. Once they came out with those 3 runs, I was like, oh man, maybe they have a chance, maybe it's good.
And then Luis Severino was
garbage. Oh God.
Was knocked out in the first inning, and I texted you.
He was so bad.
Because that same day, you're like, oh, Severino is a top 5 talent. He's top 5 pitcher in baseball.
I didn't say top 5
Couldn't
pitcher.
even last the first inning.
Talent.
Couldn't last the first inning of the wild card.
I was waiting for it when he got pulled.
He got bailed out by his offense. Didi Gregorius, a first inning 3-run shot to answer the 3-run first for the Twins. If you want someone to be your bona fide ace, even if he is young, you got to show more than that.
You can't not be.
But perhaps the Joe Girardi were saying, no time for this nonsense.
Exactly, like not letting him sit out there.
Because at that point, he was probably already falling apart.
Mm-hmm. He was probably falling apart mentally before the game.
So nervous.
The biggest game of his career.
Yeah.
You get all that weight thrown. I would have started somebody else in that game.
CC.
I definitely would have started CC in that game.
Because with amazing, with how great the bullpen is, just have him go 5 innings.
Exactly. CC, you could have gone 4.
Yeah, 4, and then Chad Green goes
really
2.
All you had to go was 0.1.
Chad Green goes 2. Then you bring in Connolly or Robertson, Betances, Chapman.
Game over.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Right.
That bullpen for the Yankees is insane.
What do you think is going to happen to Chapman if they go past the DS?
What do you mean?
Do you think that they're going to ride him like the Cubs did?
I don't think they have to. See the difference. between the Yankees, like we just said, they have other Dylan Betances, right. Chad Green, Tommy Conley, David Robertson. All those guys that ERAs under 2.
That's true.
Under 2.
They have a legit bullpen.
In the month of September, Chad Green, David Robertson, Dylan Betances, Aroldis Chapman, and Tommy Conley. They pitched 49 in the third innings. Give up 2 runs.
Yeah, I saw that, and it was just a ridiculous stat.
So they don't have to ride Chapman. They don't have to ride him. Whereas the Cubs, it was Chapman and maybe Carl Edwards, I guess, last year. Rendon was meh. Pedro Strop was decent, but I mean
they don't have that extra. The extra that
they had to give. They had to like, oh gosh.
They also have the starters more than the Yankees do, which is what I was kind of thinking.
Would you rather have a great bullpen?
I'd rather have the bullpen with 6 guys in the bullpen that you can just shove in there and shut people down with. It's ridiculous. Brian Kenny's on something. I don't know if you've seen what he keeps talking about the last 2 weeks.
He wanted them to like pitch every single reliever in the game.
Yeah, he just wanted Chad Green to start the game, go 2, and then kind of go through that.
That burns the bullpen.
Exactly.
You can't do that all the time. Unless it's a Game 7 of the World Series.
Then just go ahead, yeah. You might as well, if you're the Cleveland Indians, just start Andrew Miller. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I want to start Corey Kluber.
Oh, God.
If I'm the Indians, Corey Kluber is getting the ball. But, so the Yankees, Aaron Judge, all rise, or whatever cheesy, stupid stuff they do. Judge, the court is in session. God, I hate that so much.
Your court is going to be out of session in a week.
Oh my gosh. But so they advance through the wild card game.
That catch by Buxton, though. Did you see that one?
Byron Buxton. Oof. Yeah.
He's a defensive
master. I don't like the Twinkies, so I'm actually glad they lost.
Yeah, I don't like the Twins either.
Why? You have literally no reason to not like them.
Technically, the Brewer rival. Technically,
not a rival. It's purely geographical.
It's so geographical.
At best, it's geographic.
I don't know. I just don't like Joe Mauer. What? I've never liked Joe Mauer. I don't know why. I just never have.
Because he's good. He doesn't get in trouble. I don't understand.
I don't know. I just don't like him.
He doesn't insult people. I don't understand what's not to like about him.
I don't know. I just don't.
Is he it's unacceptable. We have to delve into it.
It's unacceptable.
We have to
therapy
put our psychiatrist hats on and delve deeper into your...
I don't know. I just don't like that Minnesota homeboy stuff, I guess.
What does that even mean?
The whole, hometown Minnesota savior. I just don't like it.
I don't like you.
I know you don't.
I don't like you. Just kidding. I tolerate you.
That's cool.
But, so the Yankees advance. Excuse me. I'm okay.
Just making sure.
So the AL matchups are what, Chris?
It is the Yankees and the Indians, and the Astros and Red Sox.
Which actually the Red Sox and Astros game one's currently playing right now.
I'm going to check the score real quick of that one. Ooh, tied, top 4, 2 outs.
All right, well, even with that, I have the Astros winning that series. Yeah, as much as I absolutely adore Chris Sale and everything he stands for and everything. You know, he's the first pitcher this century to have 300 strikeouts in the American League. This century being since 2000.
He's a freak.
You know, he's 6'6", like a $178.
I know, he's a twig.
Like, I don't understand how he...
That delivery...
It would destroy me.
Oh, God, yes. I'd be scared crap.
Side note, NFL note, Rob Gronkowski is not expected to play tonight versus the Bucks.
I heard he was playing.
That's good news for the Bucks.
Good thing I sent that pick in. Ha ha!
So yeah, going back to the Astros, I think that's another one. I think a lot of these are going 5, to be honest. I think the Astros go 5 because they talk about stacked going roster.
I just got the same thing.
George Springer,
monster.
Alex Bregman,
pretty dang decent.
Jose Altuve, MVP.
Machine.
Carlos Correa, Marwin Gonzalez. Excuse me again.
Where are you playing? Where are you playing Marwin?
He plays wherever. That's the point.
Exactly.
That's the point. He can do anything.
Just put him wherever.
Literally anywhere but pitcher. Marwin Gonzalez can play.
I mean, if you pitch him, I feel like he could probably do it. I'm just kidding. No.
You can do that, manager Chris Kessler. And see. Let me know. Get back to me and let me know how that goes.
I'm okay.
But I think the Astros pitching again with Keuchel and the addition of obviously Justin Verlander as well, it kind of cancels out Chris Sale, who's just I think the only bona fide stud starter the Red Sox have.
Yeah, they don't.
Porcello, Cy Young last year, not quite the same this
No,
year.
I don't know how he won that Cy Young last year.
Well,
I don't know. He was a monster. I don't know where that came from. He has never done that.
Well, that's what you call an aberration, Chris. Kind of like when we were testing this, there was weird noises coming out of the computer in your
still
house.
Kind of scared that someone's going to pop off and hit me.
Aberrations in your room. That doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't think I mean that. I don't know.
I tried to sound clever by explaining that metaphor, and then I actually said the metaphor out loud, and it doesn't make sense whatsoever. Oh well. Moving on. Chalk that one up to a failure. So going back to Nationals Red Sox, I like the Red Sox lineup. Little Mookie Betts action.
Mookie Betts is a good player.
Mookie Betts is a great player.
Yeah. He can.
What does that mean? He can breathe.
He's the best player on that team for sure.
Mookie Betts can breathe. He
breathes.
This just in. Breaking news. That's what we do here at Coping with the Sports World. Mookie Betts can breathe, you guys. So, for all you guys wondering, he is a human being that needs to inhale.
Hey, man, sometimes when he's playing, I don't think he's human.
Ho ho.
I'm just kidding.
Clever lad over there. What a guy. It took you all day to think of that one, dude, didn't you?
It probably, yeah. I was waiting for it.
You purposely sabotaged yourself so you could then redeem yourself.
I sat at work and was like, how am I going to bring this up?
I got it. I'll make myself look less intelligent to come back to make myself intelligent.
Oh, God, yes.
But, yes, the Red Sox are good. They're a good team. Good team, but Astros, I just think, are so stacked and they're so young.
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
So, and you also have McCullers or Colin McHugh as a number 3 starter, and the bullpen with 100 Miles, Giles, Gregerson, so on and so forth. Astros, I think, win the series over the Red Sox.
Yes.
Your thoughts on the Astros, Red Sox?
Same exact thing.
Come on, why do we got?
I don't know what it is. 3-2.
Last week you copied all my... Not last, but last episode you copied all my NFL picks.
I didn't copy anything. You copied mine.
I would say something you'd come right after. How you doing? You're 100% right. I agree.
Dude, man, great minds think alike.
Or I have the great mind, and you're like, you know what? That's solid. This Joe guy knows what he's talking about.
3-2. Boston. Not gonna win.
The score? Wait, what?
Yeah, no. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what? What? Are you talking about the series or the game?
Series 3-2 Astros.
So in Astros.
Yeah, same. Like I said, same thing.
You threw for a loop there, Chief.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to have different reasons why, right?
Do I?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't.
If I knew,
I like the Astros. I think are gonna just score throughout this. Once they get past Sale, I think they're gonna score.
Today they scored on Sale with back-to-back homers,
but they're tied now.
Oh, God forbid! There's never been a team that's won a game from a tie.
It's 2-2. They're not scoring on Sale. I think in next game, bottom of 4, they might have 6 up already.
So how do you think it's going to go 5 games then if they're going to score at will?
Boston, like you said, but I'm taking your stuff again. Because it's going to sound like it. Boston's got a team that can score too. They're going to win the middle. I think Houston goes up 2, loses 2, and then Houston comes back and wins that fifth game behind Verlander or Keuchel, whoever you're throwing in there. I
don't like the Red Sox bullpen aside from Kimbrel. Addison Reed been falling off his average.
Yeah.
Even Kimbrel showed signs of being human as well. Craig Kimbrel being signs of being human as well.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the Kimbrel shuts down batters. He will, like, if he gets in the game, it's going to be hard for Houston to get anything going. But you have to get to him.
Well, he's so good. He puts me to sleep. Craig Kimbrel's so good that I can fall asleep talking about him. But unfortunately for the Red Sox, he can't pitch more than 1 inning, maybe an inning and a half.
Yeah, he's not like other relievers where Andrew Miller, where you could send him out 2 innings.
And you can't throw Kimbrel out in the fifth.
You throw Kimbrel out in anything that's not high leverage, he falls apart.
Which is really strange.
I don't get closures like this. There's just some pitchers that can't pitch unless they're in high leverage situations.
Wait, there's nobody on base and we're up 10? Oh, God.
I can't.
Time to give up 7 runs.
Strikes.
Time to give up 7 runs.
But bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the ninth in a 1-run game.
Exactly.
Strike out the side. Wait, come again?
Okay.
But so again, we both have the Astros advancing. Indians, Yankees. I'm going to go ahead and guess you both have the Indians beating the Yankees.
Why would I pick the Yankees?
Because they got the judge.
Yeah,
The judge, jury, and executioner.
He strikes out once a game.
Yeah, but he also hits a home run once a game, it seems.
Sometimes, yes. But
they have Gardner, and they have D.D. Gregorius.
D.D. Gregorius, hey.
Todd Frazier.
Todd Frazier.
Jacoby Ellsbury. They're old, but they're not old. It's Gary Sanchez.
Gary Sanchez, when he hits it, it goes.
He has to put the barrel on the ball first.
I don't like. He's not a good catcher.
Defensively, yeah.
Defensively, he's awful.
You see me though in the wildcard game. He took a ball right off the nuts.
Yeah,
he just ate that like a champ and just like boom, just
man, that hurt me.
One of the worst things to watch is groin shots,
You feel them,
and he just took it like a champ. It was like a fastball right in his crotch. I'm like, oh my god, do you have any? I don't know.
Gary Sanchez, what is wrong with you?
Unless you have like a cup of steel, like I don't.
Even if you're wearing a cup, that hurts.
Yeah, oh wow! Trust me, I've had. You guys might want this might be too much, but I've had some pinching situations in football and baseball.
Yeah,
like it's like oh god,
cups just no.
My freshman year of football, the pants they gave me for practice were too baggy. It was weird. They just gave me like the pants were just too loose, too big for me.
Right.
So I'd have to like quadruple like. Insanely make the belt like tight as humanly possible,
right?
And it just was so much room in the groin area that like when I would do a lot of like back because I played defensive back, so a lot of backpedaling and side shuffling, it would just shift the cup all over the place. And then I would get I don't know how this happened. I was making a tackle in a game once, and as I was tackling the guy, I tackled him. He was going towards the sideline. I kind of ran him down, right? Mm-hmm. And as he's going down, he kicked back with his leg, but the way he did it was the cleat went back behind my cup, and the spike pinned like I was like the worst thing in the world.
That sounds, oh my lord!
I don't know how it's he like back swung, got up and under, got a boom, and luckily it was halftime, right before halftime. So I went to the sideline, coach. I told him what happened. He's like, "Can you stay on?" I'm like, "I probably can't stand right." So he took me. Dropped me on my ass a couple times, and then you're good to go. And so it was truly terrible. But that's my nut story. Back to see basically if Gary Sanchez did that, apparently he would have just ate it like a champ and said onward.
Ready to go.
But Yankees Indians. I think, but see, the first time though, not in 5 games. I think Indians sweep.
It's either going to be a sweep or it's going to go 5. I have the Indians winning though. No, it's just if the Yankees win 1 game, they're going to win 2. That's how it's.
Is that how it works?
Yes, their offense.
If you win 1, you will win 2.
Yes, that's how it works. Now, I have the first 2 games they're going to lose. First 2 games they're going to lose, and then I think they get to the 3-4 starters, and just they start getting hits in Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium is going to kind of give them a boost.
But wouldn't it boost the Cleveland lineup as well?
I don't know. Just the home Yankee fans. You
don't think Francisco Lindor could take advantage of that short right field porch?
He could. I meant not the field itself. The fans. The crowd. Their morale is going to go up.
They could have all the high morale they want to Corey Kluber if it's mowing through the lineup, and then Andrew Miller comes in and mows through the lineup, and then Cody Allen mows through the lineup, and then we lost. But we were happy.
When they're in Yankee Stadium, Kluber won't pitch is the thing. Because the first 2 games you're going to go...
In your scenario, he might pitch Game 4.
He's pitching Game 5. They set him up for Game 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never know. I'm just saying. Trevor Bauer, decent pitcher.
Yeah, I have them. I have Bauer winning. I have Kluber winning. I have Carrasco losing. That game I think is going to be close. Game 3.
If Danny Salazar could ever get his head right and consistent,
God, he would be
so.
He's got the stuff. He
has like those starts where he's like unhittable,
and then he has
the next one
he can't
go.
9.
He can't go up and go past 2 innings.
Yeah,
but I think the Indians I think they would sweep, to be honest. I think it's the Yankees got their wild card win. They had their moment in the sun. Judge, he gets booted from court because
they're going to get booted. I think for sure. They're not going to win a game in Cleveland. It's not going to be close.
Cleveland brings out the broomsticks. Bye, Bronx Bombers. No more. Cleveland, Houston, ALCS. And you know who's going to win that? The Houston Astros.
You're picking the Astros.
Astros in 7. Astros beat Cleveland in 7 to advance to the World Series.
I do like Houston. Houston's a good team, but I think Cleveland's going to get back to the World Series.
How very
just get out of here.
Get off my nuts, Joe.
No, I think just their offense has improved over last year, and their pitching is the same basically.
Yeah. Well, last year they basically had 1.5 starters. It was Kluber and someone.
Yeah, and Bauer's gotten better.
Well, last year it was Tomlin who was like.
Yeah, Tomlin was. Now he's
decent.
Who knows? Tomlin might come out and pitch in the playoffs like he did last year. Who knows?
True.
During the regular season, what do you have, a 4.8 ERA?
Yeah, but like the last 10 starts, it was like under 3 or around 3. But he wasn't going further than 5 innings.
I think that Cleveland's pitching is going to kind of neutralize Houston's offense.
Yeah.
But then I think that Houston's pitching isn't gonna be able to neutralize Cleveland's offense. Cleveland's offense isn't as good.
I see when you go throw Verlander and Keuchel twice in a series, that's 4 games. You're going to win that series.
You like Verlander a lot more than I do.
And he's got the big game experience.
He does.
He's good.
He does.
He's a great.
The last couple of years, he's been hit and miss. This year, he's been more
consistently
solid.
He's not the elite ace he used to be, but if you could throw Verlander and Keuchel 4 times in a 7-game series,
you're gonna have a good chance. I like it going 7.
Because, like, let's say, do you like Verlander or Carrasco?
I'd rather have Verlander.
Do you have Verlander or Bauer?
That one.
Really?
It depends on the game. If Bauer, if it's just straight talent, I'm picking Verlander.
I mean, Trevor Bauer's got straight talent.
Exactly. If Bauer comes out and just shuts people down like he's supposed to be doing, they're gonna have a chance.
But the problem is, Verlander has the big game experience. Then again, Bauer was there, he just failed.
Exactly. I think they're gonna end up. The Indians will end up pitching Kluber 3 times in a 7-game series.
So you have them winning?
I have them winning.
Oh, right, yeah, you said that.
I have Cleveland winning. I have Cleveland winning.
In 7?
In 7, yes.
Cleveland getting the job done in Game 7.
That series I have a lot less confidence in than any other series. Because that series to me is going to be... I think it might be better than the World Series.
I was going to say it might be the best series.
And I think it'll be the best series, Cleveland-Houston, because they're both just stacked teams. I mean, Houston's more stacked, but they're also a lot younger, don't have the experience.
Right.
Cleveland kind of has the experience.
Cleveland rocks. Remember that show with Drew Carey?
Yes, the Drew
What's
Carey
it called?
show.
Oh, right.
It's the Drew Carey
Did you remember that show with Drew Carey? What was it called?
The Drew Carey show?
Oh, yeah.
No.
It was always... Was it on before or after Whose Line Is It Anyway?
With Drew Carey? I think
I love the Who's...
I love that show. I used to sit in
Side note, I would watch with my mom all the time.
I watch with my dad.
Whose Line Is It Anyway with Ryan, the tall guy.
Yeah.
And then was it Colin, the balding guy?
Yeah.
And then Wayne Brady. And there was a fourth one who was...
They kind of
the fourth one shit, but there was one that was really good. Is it...
Oh, God, I don't...
He was like the cool-looking guy with the spiky hair with like the weird button-up shirts.
I know exactly
he
what
was
you're talking
probably
about.
the best one whenever he was on. Mm-hmm. But Whose line is it anyway?
Ryan was always.
Right, yeah.
Ryan, he would just do the weird, goofy stuff.
I kind of want to go binge watch Whose Line Is It on YouTube.
We'll get this podcast.
Podcast complete. Whose Line... Well, next episode we'll have a review of Whose Line Is It Anyway.
I watched every episode that Drew Carey hosted, and... No, just...
Luckily, it's 20 minutes long without commercials, so just plow through. Wait, is it DVR? Can you still DVR it from this point? I don't know if that's an actual thing.
Yeah.
Just magically pull it up somewhere. Is it on Netflix? I doubt it.
No, I don't think it is. You can probably find that crap online somewhere.
YouTube is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a beautiful thing. Ooh. But back to baseball. Cleveland made me think of that anyway. Cleveland. So what's your World Series matchup then?
Cleveland and Washington.
You don't. So
asking a question, or is
I
that?
can't remember. Like I went back and forth so many times between Washington and Arizona today that it was ridiculous. But I'm Washington, Cleveland, Washington.
Cleveland, Washington. Interesting. I have Houston and Washington. I have the Nationals and the Astros. Now, I have the Washington Nationals winning the World Series. A lot of this is assuming that Max Scherzer is Max
Scherzer, right, and not
his hamstring.
Injured Max Scherzer.
Correct. If he's hurt, then I'm a fool. I look like a fool. But I think that Max Scherzer and Strasburg is such an absolute elite combination that I think it's probably the best 1-2 pitching punch in baseball.
Oh God, yes, they're both.
I mean, Kershaw,
aces.
Darvish, really good.
I like Scherzer and Strasburg better.
I'm a huge Steven Strasburg fan. I love me.
I loved his talent. His talent coming out of San Diego State. That dude had talent.
Just now he's learning how to pitch.
Exactly. Instead of just throwing 100.
Now we can do both.
And with that wicked 90-mile-an-hour slider.
That's not unfair sometimes.
I know, you're just like, But no, it's going to be a close series. Washington's the most overall put-together team in baseball.
I just think the matchups would be crazy. Trey Turner, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, Daniel Murphy. I mean, it's just Harper, Springer, Strasburg, Keuchel, Verlander, Scherzer. There's some juicy matchups.
I want to see... Well, I have Cleveland, so I want to see... I'm ready to see a Scherzer, if he's healthy, Scherzer-Kluber game. I feel like that would just be the quickest postseason game of all time. I'm just kidding. But no, that game would be just ridiculous. If you have Kluber versus Scherzer.
Yeah, or Kluber versus Strasburg.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. No, we have a matchup like Daniel Murphy versus Andrew Miller.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Just the best hitter against probably one of the best relief pitchers in the game.
Bryce Harper versus Cody Allen.
I would love to see Bryce Harper versus Andrew Miller for real.
I think Andrew Miller would win.
I think
Bryce Harper does not hit lefties.
he free swings against lefties because he isn't totally... I mean, he's only, 20...
Yeah, he's like 24. And he's not even that old.
I thought
Bryce Harper is not 27 years
old. I just feel like he's been around forever.
Did you know that George Springer's 28?
Yeah, he didn't come up till he was 24.
Yeah, that's true. But I have the Nationals beating the Astros in 6 games. He's...
24, oh my God.
Yeah, Harper's only 24, man.
God, you're a year younger than us.
Well, he came up as an 18-year-old. Remember? He was a kid. He was a teenager on the front page of Sports Illustrated.
He was born like a year almost to the day after me. That's ridiculous.
And look at him and look at you.
I know, I'm sitting here
in a closed room talking about him.
And he's about to get paid $300 million.
That's absurd, by the way. That's retarded.
I know. I don't like these baseball
But then again,
contracts.
Giancarlo got it, so why wouldn't Bryce Harper?
Bryce Harper's going to get it.
And this is the first time that Giancarlo's actually repaying that contract.
Yeah, and he's about to get traded, so...
I don't think so. Derek Jeter, I don't think. Jeter, he wants to keep Ozuna, Stanton, and Justin Bour intact. What a trio. I love Justin Bour.
I do, dude. Justin Bour just... Like, he just doesn't look like
just
he should play baseball.
Just no batting gloves, just bare hands.
I'm here, ready to play some ball, guys.
You just look like a baseball player. He's like, because during the home run derby... Like, Giancarlo fed him a donut. And then he hit like 7 in a row. It's like the power of the donut.
That dude should just... he looks like he should hit the ball 600 feet.
I like Justin. For those who don't know what we're talking about, Justin Bour is a first baseman for the Miami Marlins. And he's
a monster.
Underrated as heck this year.
What did he hit this year?
Well, he missed a significant amount of time, like a month or so, over a month and a half, with some hip issue. I think it was he had some issue. But his overall final numbers, give me 1 second, there he is. He hit .289 with 25 homers, 83 ribbies.
For an abbreviated season is...
Yeah, scored 52 runs.
Really good. How many games did he play?
That I don't know. But you can look it up as you're looking that up. Justin Bour, I think... Well, we went from the World Series to Justin Bour.
I know, we went from the World Series. How much we love Justin Bour.
But that's what we do. We like to float around. But
I think this Justin Bohr and the Marlins in general, that trio, Marcell Ozuna and Giancarlo Stanton, if they still had Jose Fernandez, rest in peace,
Yes.
that franchise I think would be really, really going places. But as it is,
They have, until Derek Jeter breaks it up, the best outfield, I think, in the major leagues.
Yelich, Stanton, Ozuna.
Yes.
Makes it
I think they have the best outfield in the major league. I mean, Stanton's your lowest average hitter there.
Yeah.
Which, what does he hit? Like 275-ish?
Justin Bohr had 273 at bats this year.
Yeah.
Wait.
I thought,
No, that's no, just
429.
kidding. That's
429.
I'm an idiot. Ignore me.
He had 108 games.
His lifetime
377.
batting average is 273.
He hit 289 in 108 games.
Yeah, so he missed
What
a
he
good
had?
chunk of time. He still hit 25 long balls. He would have had a 30 home run, 100
He would have had a
RBI.
30. Yeah,
They would have had three guys: Ozuna, Bohr, and Giancarlo with 30 home runs, 100 RBIs.
Jeez.
Like, that's just a lineup with D. Gordon and Yelich hitting the top of that.
Exactly,
Like, that's offensively, they're good for now, at least.
I don't get why you'd want to break that up at all.
It's Miami. It's the
That's all they've been
Marlins.
doing is breaking it up. Why would Derek Jeter? I figured would be smarter than that, not to break up.
That's why I'm saying it's not going.
Not to break up that core. Like if those rumors that we keep hearing are true, that he just wants to get rid of everyone and rebuild
That
his
doesn't
way.
make sense whatsoever.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Go out and sign some pitchers, bro.
Or if you just move one of them for pitchers,
Oh, yeah.
like move a Yelich
Right, you probably get the most for Yelich, I would think.
or an Ozuna. I think Ozuna would get more, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Marcell Ozuna put up some insane.
He did put up numbers.
Insane.
But for some-
and he's
like-
only 25 or 26 years old. Like he's in the prime. Marcell Ozuna, I think, is like a top 8 outfielder in baseball.
Oh, Marcel Ozuna is a quiet 26-year-old. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's in the
quiet.
prime of his
He
career,
is
man.
quietly just there. Like,
312, 37 home runs, 124 ribbies,
Dude's a
93
monster.
run score, and he plays great defense as well. Marcell Ozuna, I think, would get a heck of a lot more than Christian Yelich in a package. You kidding me?
how old is it? Dang, I didn't know Christian Yelich. I thought Christian Yelich was like 23.
No, how old
Dude
is
is 25.
he? I mean, he's still young.
He'll be 26.
That'll be me. You're saying I'm old?
I mean, it's me too. I'm older
All right
than
then.
you are.
All right then. And what I'm saying is Marcell Ozuna would draw a lot more back in a return than Christian Yelich.
I don't know. Every time I heard people talk, I was like, Christian Yelich. Christian Yelich.
Yeah, but he actually had a down year this year. By
He
his
did. He
standards.
did. I mean,
Whereas Ozuna,
280?
What kind of 311, 380
Exactly.
slash
He was
line
just-
with
he was
37?
hitting cleanup all season, wasn't he?
It's okay. You know, sometimes he would hit third and Giancarlo would hit cleanup. They would flip flop him occasionally.
Yeah, but then they have, towards the end of the season, they
Then
have Sam hitting
Justin Bohr hitting fifth. Typically, he hits fifth in the lineup. D. Gordon leading off. Dude, that's a lot. I mean, next that Marlins amazing, but they're not even in the playoffs, and we're talking about the Marlins for the last 10 minutes.
I know, it's been ridiculous. Why are we talking about the Marlins?
Because we love sports.
JT Real Muto, underrated. Why are we still talking about the
We're
Marlins?
stuck on the Miami Marlins. I
I
apologize,
don't know
fans.
why I love the Marlins.
Apparently, we've forsaken the Brewers and White Sox as our
We're
fans.
Marlins
and we're-
fans. I'm gonna go buy some
We're gonna
stuff
bar-
real
get, some,
quick.
get a Bohr jersey, Justin Bohr jersey after this. You know, let's go to fanshop.com, get a Bohr jersey and an Ozuna jersey.
I might just buy a Bohr shirt just cause.
I kind of like Justin Bohr. When I buy jerseys, like I have favorite teams, but I buy favorite players. But
If I had that kind of money.
My problem, though, when I was buying, I went through a jersey phase. Is
I did
every single player I was getting
Was getting
would,
traded.
yes, would either would sign with someone else or get. So I have a Deshaun Jackson Eagles jersey. The next year goes to Washington. I have a Barrett Ruud Buccaneers jersey. Barrett Ruud, middle linebacker.
God.
51.
Didn't he get hurt and then they kind of
With
just
the
got rid of
Tennessee,
him?
Yeah. I have a Peyton Hillis jersey. Good lord.
Wow, I would
I
have.
bought into the hype that year. I have a Jamal Charles Chiefs jersey, which
Hey.
is not terrible. Jamal Charles Chiefs. I have a Patrick Willis jersey. Then he retired.
Yeah.
Like, good gravy.
You're just a curse, dude.
I have basically it's just that kind of stuff. I realized, you know what? Maybe I should go for like retired
Retro.
Hall.
Let's
So
go retro.
I got the Thurman Thomas Super Bowl jersey, the Barry Sanders, the Eric Dickerson Rams jersey. So I mean, what else did I got? a plethora of other options. But I have a Jimmy Graham Saints jersey. Next year on the Seahawks. Gotcha again, Joe. You suckers.
Yeah, no, I had to do that with Brewers players. Because when Corey Hart back in the day, when he was a legit hitter, bought a shirt, gone. I'm like, what the? Okay. Bought a Greinke shirt, gone the year after. I'm like,
the White Sox jerseys I have are Mark Burley, perfect.
That's just retro.
Jose Abreu, so far so good. We'll see, and then Paul Konerko, another
retro.
I need to get it. Well, I got hit when he was still playing.
Well, it's still. I don't think he didn't play for anybody else.
Well, he played for the Dodgers at the beginning of his career.
Back in the day.
But he
made his name
as a White Sox.
Correct. But going all the way back to the World Series stuff here. Just recapping, I have the Nationals over the Astros in 6 games.
I have
with
Nationals.
Strasburg and Scherzer getting the job done.
I have the Nationals Indians.
And who wins?
Nationals.
And
7.
So you okay? So we both have the Nationals
I'm right.
in the World Series.
Yeah.
So our literal only difference is the Indians and Astros in the ALCS.
Yeah, I think
and
that's
maybe
what it
the
was.
amount of games, I guess, in one or two series.
I mean,
either we're really.
Why would anybody pick the Yankees?
Watch now they're gonna go on a tear and just make us look like total
the Indians. Like, oh great, there goes my predictions.
Make us look like fools.
Nah, it's not like it's just us though. It's everybody.
That's why we have to go against the grain. Pick the Rockies. Oh wait, I want the Rockies and Twins in the World Series. Sir?
Hey man, whoever won that game last night, I think was going to beat the Dodgers.
You think the Rockies would have beat the Dodgers? That's where we would have disagreed.
I don't think the Rockies would have beat the Dodgers.
With that, what pitching?
Yeah, pitching. At home, they're better.
Yeah, but they played more games in Dodger Stadium. Because it's called home field advantage, Chris.
Yeah, but like I said, Dodgers don't scare me right now. Just the way they're playing just doesn't scare me.
Would like the Rockies. I would know they would have gotten swept or lost in 4 to the Dodgers.
I would have been less sure about it, yes, but I still think the Rockies would have won on.
I think the D-backs are a sexy pick now because they're hot and they played an exciting game. But I feel like looking past that, they actually have legitimate strengths.
Yeah, they have
that counteract the Dodgers'
team.
Weaknesses.
Yeah, they have a better team for sure.
So yeah, that's our baseball. So we have Nationals, both winning the World Series. You just have the Indians representing the AL. I have the Houston Astros representing the... Neither one of us had the Cubs doing much.
Yeah, Dave.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out to Dave. Hope you're feeling better. He'll join us at
eventually
an eventual episode. Watch that the Cubs are going to find out. Oh, pissed off Dave. Time to win 2 in a row. Make these clowns look like they're
the Dave.
Dave's stupid. But yeah, I think so. Neither one of us have the Cubs doing anything. Neither one of us are impressed by the Dodgers.
Not at all.
Neither one of us are impressed by the Yankees. At least not in the matchup they have with the Indians. And surprisingly, neither one of us have Boston going on. What's the score of that game, by the way?
Yes, let me double check that again. Last I checked, it was 4-2. 5-2 Astros, bottom 5.
See, man, we're looking like geniuses already, baby.
Altuve just hit a jack.
Again, he's stuck in one of the game. Is he the? Oh, that's we didn't do the AL.
We didn't do AL. To me, it's a runaway.
Was it Altuve?
Yes.
Yeah.
If Mike Trout plays more than 110 games this year, it's a runaway for him.
I'd still take Altuve on a better team, the best team I think in the American League.
That's true.
In my opinion.
Yeah, but
dude, Jose Altuve did literally everything for that team. He won his 4th batting title in 5 years.
Dude's a monster. He just gets hits.
4th batting title in 5 years. I mean, it's just this. He added the power dimension to his game. I just think Jose Altuve, the best player on the best team.
Right. I mean,
that's typically what it is.
That's typically what they do.
But the difference is his numbers actually warrant it.
Yeah,
This is one of the few times where it actually makes sense.
346, 410 on base, 550 slugging percentage, OPS of 957.
957 OPS.
Yeah, I mean,
how many stolen bases?
What did he do? No, that's walks. 58 walks, which is 32 steals. Got
which
caught
is actually
6
low
times.
for him.
Yeah, I don't. It's because he was hitting 30.
He hit home runs.
He wasn't hitting.
How many home runs did he hit?
24.
So he was almost a 25-30 guy.
204 hits, 39 doubles, and 4 triples.
He's basically, if he doesn't, he's Ichiro Suzuki when it comes to 200 hit seasons. He's ho-hum. Oh, another 200 hit year. That's just Jose Altuve. But you know who finished second in the American League in batting this year? Batting average? Avisail Garcia.
Yeah, he did hit. He came out of
We're going to do a quick little season recaps of Brewers Sox here.
I don't want to talk about this.
We can skip you then.
No.
I'm going to do a quick little thing because the White Sox lost 95 games this year, and not once was I upset or frustrated or mad.
No, that's how I was last year.
It was pure excitement watching these young kids grow. Moncada grew into him. He had that slow start average-wise, but his OBP was never below 300 at any point.
No, he came on this year.
He ended with like 8 home runs, 35-ish RBIs. He didn't steal as many bases as I thought he would, but Yohan Moncada hit like 330 with a 400 OBP in September. Mm-hmm. So he came on. Lucas Giolito.
He's gonna be
what a turnaround. Last year with the Nationals, but with us, who his last
he got brought up too early.
He finished with a 2.8 ERA in like 10 starts.
No, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. And you guys fleeced the Nationals in that trade, by the way.
Yeah, I think
more than
how did that meeting work out?
Oh wait, where is he?
The Nationals are still in the playoffs. We just picked them to win the World Series. So did we really?
Well, I mean, they could have
been even more dominant.
Give up.
Yeah. But the White Sox, they have so many. Eloy Jimenez down low. Avi Garcia breaking out finally.
They're the next couple of years. Like I've said before, a couple of years, I would not be surprised at all with a Brewers White Sox World Series.
I'm very, very excited to be a White Sox. I've never been so happy with my team losing. Because like even when they were losing, like when the young guys would do things well, it would get me just more excited.
Right. It's not like you're losing with a bunch of. You're not losing when you're supposed to be winning.
Right. Well, usually we are half-assing it, like, oh, we'll pay big money for this old-ass free agent and try and compete, quote-unquote, compete this year.
Let's trade for Todd Frazier.
Let's sign Adam Dunn. Exactly, yes. Exactly.
That dude was...
But Rick Hahn finally was allowed to do what he was wanted to do, and he just ripping everything. You think it's Moncada, and we still have Kopech down low. We have Dane Dunning. We have Eloy Jimenez, Zach Collins, who is going to be our own Kyle Schwarber. Just with better average. But that's my quick thing. I'm very happy with the White Sox.
Nah, the Brewers. They definitely. I thought at best they were doing 500 this year. Gonna get eliminated from the playoffs mid-August.
It's kind of what happened anyway.
Shut your face. Came down to the second to last day, and that was on some BS. How you gonna be up 6-0 and lose? But it definitely is a step that I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do in the winter. I think this winter is going to be... I think David Stearns is going to come out and just shock people with trades and signings.
All the White Sox last... Just difference being you're getting marquee guys and not prospects.
Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm excited to see what happens. Like, if they get one more pitcher... If they could keep Hader in the bullpen for another year, I would not be opposed to it. It just depends who you fill the spot that's supposed to be his in the rotation with. Fair. If you fill it with some hobo, I'm going to be kind of mad.
Hobo Joe taking the hill today for your Milwaukee Brewers.
And I turned the TV off. No, I'm just kidding.
I still moved my Brewers jersey.
Why are we pitching this guy?
And I throw the Brewers gear out the window.
No, but
walk away and go watch myself some Washington Nationals.
I would love for them to keep Swarzak. Which Swarzak, by the way,
you're welcome.
Pickup.
You're welcome.
Who did they trade for? Some mid-level prospect. If he stays and he can pitch what he did this year, except for that Saturday game against St. Louis, which I think he ended up getting worn out because he pitched a lot in that last week and a half.
Kind of like Knebel.
Knebel didn't really fall. I mean, he fell off a little bit at the All-Star break when they were pitching him every other...
He fell off towards the end. He started walking even more guys than he was. Because you guys rode him like a goddamn freaking thoroughbred horse.
We were trying to win. They were in it to win it. I think their starters, Jimmy Nelson getting hurt, definitely kind of screwed them over on the most awkward slide I've ever seen in my life. But I'm excited for the future of this team, especially the bullpen. Keep that together. Don't get rid of them. Keep it together. I like the bullpen they have.
You should pen a strongly worded letter to the Brewers front office. Just write, keep it together. Sign, Chris Kessler.
Keep it together.
But what the hell is that?
What does this mean?
Keep it together. All right.
I mean,
I think he means the bullpen guy.
The bullpen. No, but yeah, I like some of the guys that got coming up. I like the 2 outfield prospects they got coming up. I kind of hope they get rid of Braun, but if they don't, it's whatever.
Has his Braun soured for Brewers fans? Is his honeymoon over in Milwaukee?
I mean, a lot of fans didn't like him after his biogenesis issue, but I think a lot of them that dude hitting clutch down the stretch was not clutch at all. Like, when he hit it hard, it was right at somebody. And when he didn't hit it at somebody, he hit it soft enough so they could get the ball. He did not hit well.
So
he went through a slump the last...
Is what you're saying?
True fact!
So Ryan Braun sucked, is what you're trying to tell me.
I'm ready for the outfield next year to be Brinson Phillips and Domingo.
Domingo Santana.
That dude came on this year, and he hit like 280, 30 home runs. He hit 30. He hit 30, Joe.
Domingo Santana?
He hit 30 bombs. I'll get you a stat line. It was a magical season.
I want to see the Aguilar fella who can rip my head off. That's a scary fella, let me just say.
God, that dude, if he was running at me, I'd be a little scared.
What's his first name? Jesus
Aguilar, yeah.
Yeah, he just is for how beastly Giancarlo is. Aguilar is 6'3", 250.
It's all in the lower half.
It's all his arms are huge too.
Yes, the dude's
it's all pure absolute
when
muscle.
He gets a hold of the ball, it travels.
And yet he only hit 16 home runs this year?
He only played about
133 games.
He pinch hit in most of them.
Yeah, 311 plate appearances. What's his average here?
He did have
265 average.
If he plays more, I think...
With 16 homers and 52 ribbies. I mean, he could be a 30 home run guy.
He could be, easily. He could be a 40 home run guy.
With 500 at-bats, I could see it.
He could be
my pure looks, that dude, I'm like, I'm good. You know what? Just take your freaking base, man.
Just go on.
I
would love for him to be there every day for his basement next year. Kind of have Thames as a fourth outfielder.
Thames falls back to earth next year.
He fell back to earth already.
I'm saying next year we're talking Jose Bautista this year falling back to
I don't know about
average,
that, but
with
it's definitely possible. I don't have as much confidence as some people do in Eric Thames. I don't know where you get that confidence from. The dude, started out hot for the first month and a half, and then he kind of just fell off down to 240 to end the season. And he, outside of hitting against Cincinnati, he hit 12 home runs.
So bottom line, neither one of our baseball teams made the playoffs, but we're both very happy and excited for the future.
Especially if Domingo's yearly is 280, 30 home runs, 90 RBIs, 15 steals, and an 875 OPS. I'm okay with that.
Fair enough. I think we just had an hour and 13 minutes of baseball talk.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, right?
We still got plenty of time, though.
Well, I mean, technically there's...
Not plenty of time, but...
technically we can go for 5 hours, but we're not going to do that. We're probably going to...
Football.
NFL.
Football. You want to talk football? Football. We can keep this short because it's already this season. We already went through
There's only one undefeated team left after 4 weeks.
I don't think I expected the Chiefs to do what they're doing.
We both had them in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I had them in the playoffs. I didn't think they were going to go 4-0 and dominate the crap out of everybody almost.
I don't think we saw Kareem Hunt doing it. We knew he'd be good.
I didn't think he was going to be 500 yards rushing.
He's obviously not going to have 50-yard touchdowns every game he plays. No. You can't sustain that. No. But the Chiefs, I think, might not be the best team in the NFL right now. I still think they're one of the best.
Oh, God, yeah.
They're playing the best. I don't think they are the best, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, they're definitely... They're clicking. They're really clicking.
But I'm what's stunned is this... All the injuries to the marquee guys in the first month, particularly, unfortunately, for many fantasy teams, mine included, David Johnson. That was the reason I had the Cardinals in the playoffs, was David. He was my MVP.
Yeah.
He was my preseason MVP.
Once he went down, I was kind of like, the Cardinals aren't going to do anything anymore. And it's showing. Carson Palmer, they need to
But shout out to Larry Fitzgerald. Oh my goodness.
He's just
55,000 years old, and the man still.
Fits.
You see that game-winning touchdown catch in overtime on Sunday?
I thought he broke a rib though.
Well, yeah, I think he just landed with the ball. I think it knocked the wind out of him.
Was that the ball? I think
he landed on the ball because it was an overtime. For those who didn't see it, it was a field goal fest. It was like 15-15.
Yeah, there was one touchdown score,
and that was the one by Fitzgerald to win. Palmer hit him on a seam route through 3 defenders. Larry Fitz stretching, full stretch, catches it, tucks it in, lands the ball. Larry Fitzgerald, they're 50 years old, incredible. But all the injuries though.
50 years old.
Whatever he is, 38, something.
He's not young anymore.
But the injuries have just been brutal, especially the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh my god! So I don't know if you watched the Packer game last week on Thursday against the Bears.
Against the Bears, I
don't know if you watched it. At one point, there was play. Packer player walking to the locker room. Play. Packer player walking to the locker room. Play. Packer player walking to the locker room. And I'm just like. What the?
Like I said, I told you guys could have put up 60 in that game if you had everyone at full strength.
They didn't have either of their tackles. They didn't have their top corner. They didn't have their. God, dude, who else? They didn't have their top 2 running backs.
Yeah, Ty Montgomery and
Jamal
Williams.
I mean, Aaron Jones came in and kind of kept it intact, but God, Devontae Adams with that dirty shot. Which surprisingly...
Getting hit?
Getting hit, yes.
He didn't give the dirty shot. He got the dirty shot. Danny Trevathan, Bears middle linebacker. It was 2.
It was.
And then they always reduce it to 1.
But still, only get a concussion out of that hit, very surprising. He's looking on track to play this week, so...
There you go.
That's and a big game against the Cowboys.
What's your biggest surprise so far in the first month?
It
could be player, it could be player, team...
We all, like I said, I'm not going to... make this, but Kareem Hunt has been a surprise because who thought he was going to have 500 rushing yards in the first 4 games and lead the NFL in rushing?
I would say Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, yes. I definitely did not expect him to take over this early.
It's more like how he's playing is what's surprising.
That too.
He's making it look like he was in college.
Yeah, every bunch of experts. He's a college quarterback. College quarterback's not going to do anything in the NFL. He's not going to be able to run an NFL offense. He can't do it. The kid's a winner.
But I mean, they are kind of running a college offense, right?
They are. They're kind of. They're adjusting to him, which.
But when you drop 57 in an NFL game and account for 5 touchdowns by yourself, and also almost beat the Patriots in Foxborough the week before.
Which I wish would have happened. That would have helped me pick them a lot.
Deshaun Watson's been pretty incredible. My Bucks are 2-1. Nice start to our. And Jameis Winston and Deshaun Jackson have yet to hook up. I mean,
they don't have it yet.
D-Jax
he's getting open.
He's getting
open. He's getting open. He's getting the targets.
Jameis can't hit Jameis's deep ball needs a lot.
He's never really had to throw the deep ball.
Because Mike Evans.
You just throw it at Mike Evans and he's going to be open because he's Mike Evans.
But Deshaun Jackson has been targeted no less than 6 times in any game so far. But there's been many deep balls where he also could have put more effort in to get it adjusted to it. And he kind of... Yeah. On Sunday, in the 25-23 win over the Giants, we went for a 2-point conversion and D-Jax was open in the back of the end zone on a crossing route. Mm-hmm. And Jameis threw it behind him. And D-Jax did typical D-Jax hissy fit, arms flailing all over the place, stopping him like a little 2-year-old.
Yeah, that's what he does.
So you could tell like that was maybe like the boiling point over of like
they're gonna work hard. I think this week
tonight the Patriots secondary.
They do play tonight.
Yeah, the Patriots
this whole practice week is what they should have done. Just worked on their timing. Get that timing down. Because you get that timing down. Deshaun Jackson's got 60-yard touchdowns once a week.
Mm-hmm. The return of Doug Martin tonight as well.
Yeah, that's going to help.
I don't think he plays a lot, to be honest.
I don't know.
Quiz has been solid in his absence. He's
been all right. Yeah.
On Sunday, he had 108 total yards, 83 on the ground, 16 carries. I mean, that's 4.5 yards a clip.
We'll see how that goes, but
the way you beat Tom Brady is keep him off the field. So
exactly. Quiz and Doug. I think they're gonna do more of a committee type thing this week tonight.
Fair enough. When this comes out, the game will probably be over.
Probably. Maybe. Depends how early I get this on.
But hashtag Buck Up, go Bucks. Let's get 3-1. Though it's hard to see the Patriots going 2-3.
I see the Patriots going 2-3, dude.
You have the Bucks beat the
I
Patriots.
do. Mainly because it's an at-home game on a Thursday night on a short week.
Yeah, but see, the Bucks, first of all, we got terrible on Thursday night games. We lost 56-14 a couple years ago to the Falcons.
We lost bad, though.
We got dominated by the Rams. Last of the Falcons. Every time we wear these all red color rush things, we're 0-2. And we're wearing them again tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
think
I am cautiously optimistic.
I don't. Speaking of big surprises, 2-2 Patriots. Their defense is so bad.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Saints bad.
Dude, man, it might be worse than the Saints.
That's true.
God,
Bills 3-1. First
I
place.
did not expect it. Beating Denver and Atlanta.
I think they fall back
on the road. They're going to fall back on earth.
I don't think they.
The Bills their defense is good. Their offense kind of.
My Cowboys 9-7 prediction looking on point. Yours on the otherwise not
what
so.
What are you talking about? I have them 10-6.
Yeah, 10-6 is not 9-7.
Yeah, I still have them missing the playoffs.
10 wins is not 9 wins. I'm closer. I mean, I'm gonna not hide it. I'm not the biggest Cowboys fan in the world. AKA I like the Cowboys.
To the choir, dude.
But I just thought they would fall back to earth. Dak is having to win games by himself, and he can't do it.
Exactly. Well,
Zeke is decent.
Their defense
is terrible.
I don't know how it was even as good as it was last year, which wasn't even really that good.
Excessively crazy.
But even this year, it's just horrible. What's Zeke averaging? 3-4 a carry?
Zeke is doing decent, but he's not like...
He's not everybody what
he was
they
last
want him
year
to be.
yet. I'm sure he still can break out and do Zeke-like things, which he probably will. But I just... Dak, I don't know. The Raiders have been a bad surprise for me. The Oakland Raiders. 2-2.
Derek Carr is out for 6 weeks.
The broken vertebrae in his back.
Yeah, that just...
Amari Cooper dropping everything in sight.
I could have told you that was coming, because he did that last year, too.
Marshawn Lynch.
Just being trash.
Complete bust. In his defense, though, he's not really getting a chance to really be a true bell cow.
Right.
Like, you brought him in to balance the offense.
That's what he's been. He'll have his
He gets better with carries.
2 carries, couple yards, and then he'll bust out a 20-yarder.
He gets better as he gets 20-25 carry range.
He has no chance to get into the game.
He's not a guy that, he's not a home run hitter. That's what, they're trying to use him as a home run hitter.
No, he needs to be on the field.
He's a muscle plotter that wears defenses down.
That can break stuff, yeah.
That's break supposed to set up the play action pass for Derek Carr. Or now EJ. So EJ Manuel looked decent in relief at Denver on Sunday. So maybe it's not a death toll for the Raiders, but
I think it depends how long Derek Carr's out for. If he's out for that 2 weeks that they might be out for,
because I had the Raiders in the AFC Championship game.
That's not
looking good at all right now.
Their defense isn't good. Their corners are awful.
I love their front seven.
Oh yes, their front seven.
Mainly because of Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack is unbelievable. I think Khalil Mack has surpassed Von Miller.
Khalil Mack, best defensive player.
I like Khalil. Khalil Mack does literally everything. Yeah. He almost single-handedly kept him in the game on Sunday by himself.
He was dang close to doing it.
Another injury, Dalvin Cook was a rookie running back Vikings having a great start to his year. Torn ACL. It's just non-contact. The Vikings losing both starting quarterback and your starting running back.
And somehow still 2-2. Gonna be 3-2.
Are they going to be playing the Bears? Trubisky time! Bring in Mitch, Bears fans! Mitch Trubisky!
Putting Trubisky in against that defense, I don't know.
I mean, why not? You have 10 days. What else? What is Glennon going to do against that defense?
Yeah, Glennon ain't going to do nothing, but you ain't trying to not get Glennon hurt.
I don't think they care about that. I think they want Trubisky in there now. Yeah. Glennon had 8 turnovers in 4 games.
He's worse than I thought he was. 8 turnovers in 4 games. He was worse than I thought he was.
Good gravy.
He did have some good throws, though. Most of them weren't good, though.
Were shitty. Most great throws to the other team.
Yeah, I noticed that on Thursday.
Jordan Howard has been a bust this year. I called that preseason. Tariq Cohen has been a decent surprise for the Bears, though. But they have because of injuries, they have the worst receiving core in the NFL.
Oh, God. I mean, before Meredith got hurt, it wasn't even that good.
At least it was White. At least it was Mac. I had something at least.
Yeah, at least you have Meredith. Now you have
nothing.
Kendall Wright.
Marcus Wheaton.
Who?
Tyler Gentry.
Who?
Exactly.
Joshua Bellamy drops more passes than I've ever seen him catch.
I don't know who drops more passes, Bellamy or Cooper.
Cooper? Mainly on volume.
The stats do show that Cooper does. He has 7 drops already by Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I think Bellamy's had 7 passes thrown his way. So,
yeah, Mike. Do you realize that Mike Glennon, in the only win for the Bears, he had 100 yards passing, but
they had 200 and something yards rushing.
Of those 100 yards passing, 19 of those yards were actually while flying through the air.
He wasn't.
He only threw, I think, one pass over 30 yards in the air.
Completed, yeah.
In the air. Not even attempting. They're like, you know what? You can just stop the routes at 20. And just 20 and in. 20 and in. So, Trubisky time in Chicago, and a lot of Bears fans are...
they're happy. I'd be happy, too.
Why not, right? Why not?
Okay,
you gotta
Mike
see what you got.
Glennon.
Look at Jared Goff last year. It was 0-7.
But now what's he doing this year? Speaking of surprises...
The difference is, though... That new offensive coordinator, but Jeff Fisher...
Yeah. Jeff Fisher ruins lives. Make that a hashtag.
Yeah. Jeff Fisher was one of those stubborn old timers. Yeah, but now awful. They're in an up-tempo offense. Todd Gurley is back to being Todd Gurley, which hurts me every time because I picked Isaiah Crowell over Gurley in my fantasy draft. Every time Gurley scores a touchdown, it's like a punch to the stomach. Like, oh God. And he's doing it a lot now, so it's unfortunate for me. Apparently, I'm getting punched in the gut a lot.
Oh my gosh, you just cry. Every time I see Gurley score, I just picture Joe rolling
whenever
on
you
the ground in
guys
fetal
see
position.
Gurley score anywhere you are, just pour a little drink out for me, please. Just pour drinks out for Joe. Drinks out for Joe. Whenever Gurley does something amazing.
Dude, if the Rams, if they can keep their not even at what it is now, just decent for the rest of the year, and that defense picks back up.
Aaron Donald.
If that defense picks back up, they're going to be a team to...
Because the Seahawks haven't been impressive.
No, God.
That whole running back committee with Eddie and Rawls and no longer Carson, who broke his everything.
Yeah. Who's that? J.D. McKissick.
And C.J. Procise.
Procise is hurt?
I love Eddie Lacy. I want him to be great again. I do.
You can't
so Eddie Lacy, listen to me.
Oh my God.
Eddie, listen to me, all right? This is the intervention from Cope, all right, Eddie? Listen, all right? I need you to do 3 things for me. 1, lay off the junk food. No more junk food.
Put the fork
No
down.
more Seattle coffee. None of that nonsense. 2, when you get the handoff, don't run sideways. Run straight.
It's true.
Run straight. Run people over like you did in your first 2 years. And step 3, learn how to pass block again. That'd be really helpful so you can stay on the field for passing downs, and contribute to the team. So got that, Eddie? Listen to me, Eddie Lacy. This is your future, all right? I'm your future speaking.
I'm only saying this because I picked you up in my fantasy.
You are a 1,200-yard rusher again, Eddie Lacy, and you did that by no junk food, learning how to pass block, and running straight and not sideways. Thank you, Cheeseburger Eddie. No more.
I mean, you can't call him Cheeseburger Eddie and then
no more.
After all that,
it's out of affection. Do it, Eddie. Do it. Do it for me. Do it for all your homies that love you. Okay, moving on. Sorry, I had to get the intervention out there for Eddie Lacy.
Oh God, that was great.
It'll work, right?
It might.
He said, hopefully.
Just tag him. Just tag him in it.
Every single thing, Eddie. Just watch this.
Eddie Lacy, listen to this.
Skip ahead to the hour and a half mark, Eddie.
127.
And I want you to listen to what's being said to you.
And then he's gonna tweet back. He's gonna block you on whatever Twitter.
That'd be really sad. I really do. I
don't mind him as a person. The first couple plays.
I really had him as the next Marshawn Lynch after his first.
I thought that's what he was gonna be, and then he got fat.
Yeah.
Once he got fat, dude.
He found cheese curds.
God, he went to Kroll's too much, is what it was.
If I knew what that was,
it's delicious. Ask Braden about it next time you see him.
What is it called?
Kroll's. It's across the street from Lambeau.
So, our boss's last name?
Yes, it's weird. It's really weird.
What if he owned that place?
That would be really weird.
Oh, man.
But no,
what do they serve?
I started Wisconsin food, cheese curds.
Wisconsin food?
It literally cheese and grease.
That sounds terrible.
It's delicious. It's awful for you. I mean, it's not really greasy, but it's good.
I'm sure it's very greasy. You say it's not pretty. I'm sure it's it's dripping and they pull it out.
I don't know if it's
if you were to take a napkin and dab it, I'm pretty sure the napkin would be falling apart from how damp it was from the grease.
It would just crumble.
It's just that's my guesstimation.
But no, it's actually pretty good. But yeah, no, it's not good for you at all. But yeah, no, my love for Eddie Lacy ended in the Arizona playoff game a couple years ago when he busted up what was supposed to be a big long touchdown and he just got gassed.
I remember that.
I was 20 yards.
No, he ran about 35.
And then you gas.
You got gas, and I don't. Like I said, I don't think he played the rest of the game.
At least not the rest of that drive, for sure.
God, you can't. Yeah, he just is not good.
Let's not rehash your
I'm just gonna throw stuff now because
don't do that.
I think they ended up with a field goal that drive too.
No, I think he scored a touchdown that drive.
I don't care. I hate Eddie.
I still love you, Eddie. Those 3 things, don't forget them.
Hey, but if you do good, you're on one of my fantasy teams.
So that'd be real helpful.
I'll be okay.
It'd be good if
I'll
you
be okay if
listen to the future.
Be the bell horse again.
Bell horse?
Bell horse.
I've never heard
it either.
The bell head. Forget bell cow, man. You're a bell horse.
Horses are in better shape. So I'm trying to in shape thoughts.
I mean, horses are more muscular. Yeah, that's true. Horses are more in shape than a cow.
Cows are fatter. You don't want to be a cow.
Right. Be a bull. Bell bull. A bell bull. Can you be a bell bull, Eddie Lacy? I need you to be a bell bull. Please.
I combine bell cow and workhorse, man. Come on.
A bell bull.
A bell horse.
A bell horse.
I'm starting a new thing.
Eddie Lacy, be a bell horse. Jay Ajayi, you're no longer a bell cow. You're a bell dolphin. You're a bell dolphin, Jay Ajayi. All right, good job. Good to hear.
Just
Jay Ajayi's running people over. Doing like the swan swimming as a touchdown celebration. I do love some Jay Ajayi, by the way. Just saying, he's been disappointing this year too. Partially because
team has been disappointing.
Partially because Jay Cutler has been surprise, garbage or mediocre.
I thought he'd be a lot better.
He's Jay Cutler, mediocre at best. He didn't want.
I kind of want to just post the video of him literally in the Wildcat, just standing
on the sideline. Like,
oh wait, I'm supposed to do something here and make it act like I might actually be going out for a pass? Nah. Ooh, other disappointment. The Giants.
0-4. But see, they could be like 3-1.
They could be. But 61-yard field goal.
Jake Elliott, yeah. And then the Bucks
last week,
last minute drive to get it. Jameis to Cam Brate, baby. And then God, we need to figure out our kicking situation because Nick Folk almost missed that thing too. Like
I think you guys are just cursed to have bad kickers.
And well, ever since Martin Gramatica, probably yeah.
You probably cursed your team.
All of his celebrations. Well, his brother was the one who tore his ACL. He has like a 32-yard field goal, a 32-yarder in the middle.
I thought it was an extra point.
I think it was a meaningless kick.
It was a meaningless kick, and he was jumping up and down.
Game. And he just jumped in the air with a fist pump, like full Tiger Woods. I won the Masters jumping pump.
Not to like hate on other people's pain, but that was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. One of the funniest
Bill
things.
Gramatica, yeah. But yeah.
I remember me and my friends making fun of that in the backyard, just fake kicking and then
Gramatica's
rolling on the ground.
Martine had some great hair.
He had a leg too.
Unfortunately for us, literally since him, it's been God knows what.
Yeah, it's been trash.
I think that's we're gonna wrap it up a little bit for NFL. Yeah.
Yeah, we can
go in more in depth
later next week.
But we have to talk about the thing, with like the frozen water,
the puck
with the black saucer that flies around. They hit it with a wood stick. What's it called again?
I think it's called hockey.
Oh, hockey!
I believe so.
And has the regular season started, right?
Started yesterday.
Yeah. National Hockey League has returned. I mean, technically it is a national league, I guess. It's in the title.
It's more than national.
But yeah, it's international.
Kind of international.
It should be the IHL, the International Hockey League, because there's Canadian
I think there's
teams.
one of those already, though.
IHL? Is there? Maybe there's a governing body called the IHL.
It could be.
Or IHC. Anyway, NHL is back, guys. Chris, people don't know, is a Minnesota Wild fan.
Yes.
Blackhawks fans will love that.
Oh, I know. I get crap from Dave every day.
And I am a New Jersey Devils fan.
Which I guess is okay.
What? Why? What do you have against the Devils?
I don't. I'm just kidding.
I have something against you, though, because you stole our captain after the Cup Finals.
Parise!
Zach Parise had to go home.
Parise and Suter.
No. But every time, the same things that happen when Parise does well for the Wild, it's like a punch in the stomach. Almost as much as watching Ilya Kovalchuk sign a 17-year contract
and then
walk
leaving
away
next year.
Later. But that's in the past. We're not focusing on this year. We're focusing on this year. I mean, so what are your thoughts of your Minnesota Wild this year?
I like them. Just because I think Dubnyk keeps it going. People don't think he's going to. I don't know. The dude's been good for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Like, why? What do you people think is not going to happen? That it's not been happening. He's just stopping. He's goalie. He's one of the better goalies in the league.
He's goalie.
He's goalie.
He goalie.
He goalie. No, I think I like their team overall. As long God, Dumba though, I don't like Dumba at all. Just every time I see him do something, it's bad. But I like their chances. I like playoffs at least. I'm not totally sure about them making conference finals even. Even the Stanley Cup finals is kind of, but conference finals.
So you're in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, They could.
Could you pull the national Predators like last year?
They could. I would not be surprised, especially because you still got a trade deadline, and they tend to do stuff at the trade deadline.
Right.
But I think Charlie Coyle this year is gonna come out and surprise some people.
My Devils had the number 1 draft pick this past summer, and we took two-way forward center Nico Hischier, who I think is going to be really, really good. I'm very happy with it. He's took us a two-way forward that can pass the puck, score the puck with the best of them, and the Devils' offense is incredible. We have Taylor Hall. Picking up Marcus Johansson in the offseason was a very surprising coup for us. A rebuilding team to get a 26-year-old elite player from a number 1 seed in the East last year for basically nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a Taylor Hall-Johansson combo with Adam Henrique, Travis Zajac when he comes back from his groin surgery, Pavel Zacha, the number 1 draft pick Nico Hischier. Offensively, tremendous. But then you look at the Devils' defense, and it's like Andy Green captain. Can we
just play 4 offensive players?
Can Andy Green just let's clone Andy Green 4 times?
Sign them all.
Andy Green 1, Andy Green 2, because after that our defense is absolute poop.
Yeah.
Absolute poop.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because Corey Schneider is one of the, I think, 10 best goaltenders and not 5 best goaltenders in the NHL.
A really underrated goalie.
But he just has so many shots thrown at him that it's just not going to score on pure volume.
You're going to block 35 and lose by 4.
Yeah. That's what he averages, like over 30 saves a game, and yet we can't do it. But now we can actually hopefully score with teams. The Devils haven't made the playoffs since we won the Stanley Cup Finals in 2012. It's okay, but we had 20 straight years before that, so it has to balance out a little bit, right? So we're rebuilding, but the rebuild, I think, has accelerated this offseason with the additions of Johansson and Hischier as well. They're
getting better.
And the East is not as good as the West.
Isn't that like the thing in every sport league?
Well, the East, is very top-heavy. I think it's possible that we could flip things around and not necessarily be a top 3 team, but we can be in the wild card. We can do that. If everything plays out and we stay healthy, but that's a big if. I don't think the Penguins reign again this year, though. I don't know. The NHL's too hard to win 3 in a row, especially teams.
I didn't think they were going to win 2 in a row.
I think signing Patrick Sharp on such a cheap deal, I think is going to prove to be a bargain for the Blackhawks. Patrick Sharp has always been my favorite Blackhawk. Like I said, I'm not a Blackhawks fan, but obviously living in Chicagoland, I'm forced to see a lot of Blackhawks coverage and games. So Patrick Sharp has always been one to me that's good. And I think the best addition for the Blackhawks was addition by subtraction. Getting rid of Panarin, which he had 30 goals in 2 straight years. And a lot of people are stunned they let him leave. But I think it was key because bringing back Brandon Saad. Because with Panarin, Jonathan Toews has to do the dirty things.
Toews is not that guy.
Yeah, Jonathan Toews, I think his overall game suffered when Panarin was there because he had to take a step back and let Panarin do the offensive flair, and Toews had to grind and do the dirty work. But now Brandon Saad is back to do that.
The dirty work and
allows Jonathan Toews the freedom to roam and create and facilitate and do what he does best, which is score and create goals. So I think, yes, Panarin is one of the best, just pure. He's like the Carmelo Anthony of the NHL. He scores,
but he's always
that's it.
He's always just somewhere where he's not.
Right. I think Brandon Saad fits what the Blackhawks do better than Panarin did.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially Toews, one of your better players, and when you have Panarin taking his opportunities, that's what you don't want to happen. So you bring back the guy that is known to work with well, known to better Toews' game. It's a good idea. Panarin scores. He doesn't mix well with Kane and
I
Taves.
think Panarin will do well with Columbus.
Oh yeah, he's gonna score. He's gonna do well.
He's like 20 something. He's still
young. He's young. He's a wee lad.
He's a wee lad. I just think the Blackhawks, they had 109 points last year, and they got stunned. I think they kind of overreacted though to losing in the first round to Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville came out.
I think it was kind of an overreaction. Like, oh my god, we have to tear everything apart. The core, the window's shut. We're done. I think it's no.
They've got players.
As long as you have 88 and 19 and 2 and 7, and now whatever number size, 36 or something, and 50 between the pipes.
Yeah, Crawford is not a bad goalie. He's
a great goalie.
He used to have an issue with the glove side, but it looks like he's done a lot better with that lately.
I think the Blackhawks come back strong.
Yeah,
I think it's so fun. Patrick Marleau is no longer a Shark.
Yeah.
What is this? That's like it's like for comparison to people who don't really follow hockey. It's like Joe Montana playing for the Kansas City Chiefs at the end of his career.
I mean, Joe Montana brought the Chiefs to the playoffs. So.
But that's not the point. The point is
I know.
Joe Montana is synonymous with the 49ers. Like
right.
it's
you
like
don't think of him as the
Jerry
Chiefs.
Rice playing for the Raiders.
Exactly. Why is this happening?
So Patrick Marleau was a lifetime Shark. He's like first in goals, games played, second in assists, behind only Joe Thornton, who's been there for 1,000 more years too. But Patrick Marleau, even at his advanced age, what I like about hockey is like in your late 30s, you're still productive. You know, you can still be an elite player at 38 years old, which is kind of weird to me, actually. Like, I think hockey is probably one of the most, if not more physically demanding than any other sport.
Oh, God, yes.
But I think the skating actually is easier on the knees, too, though. But I think the Maple Leafs...
you can skate, you can coast. A lot of the time they're coasting, but a lot of the time you're also
there's short bursts. Yeah. I think the Maple Leafs, though, got a huge coup in getting Marleau in a locker room leader. A guy who's a proven winner. Because the Sharks have been consistent winners. They just haven't won, like, the big one. Mm-hmm. Okay, now, if the Devils... I do this a lot. But if the Devils didn't exist, I would be a San Jose Sharks fan. So, like, I follow the Sharks closely as well a lot throughout the year, too. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big fan of the Sharks. The Joes. I love the Joes. Imagine that. The Thorntons and the Pavelskis of the world. I loved Patrick Marleau when he was there. But I think the Sharks, this might be the year. But then again, we said that every year, don't we, about the Sharks? This might be the year the Sharks win the big one.
They just always seem to have talent. They just don't seem to get it put together.
Well, they put it together in the regular season, kind of like the Capitals.
Well, once in the playoffs, it just falls apart.
Who's the bigger playoff choker, Sharks or Caps? I think the Caps, because the Sharks always get to the conference finals.
Yeah, they always get there and just fall off. But Caps, first round and out. How many years?
They haven't been past the second round in the Ovechkin era.
Yeah,
like that's what's crazy. In the Ovechkin era, they haven't been past the second round, but they've been the top seed like 4 times. Mm-hmm. So as the number 1 seed, you're not getting even to the conference finals with supposedly the best player in the game.
Yeah, it's something's wrong. You're not doing something right to get there.
Okay, I just looked up a picture of the San Jose Sharks defenseman Brent Burns. Look at this. He looks like a crazy person, is he not?
He should be. He looks like the homeless dude that goes to jail just so he doesn't
he
have to
looks
stay
like a pure like
crazy MFer. Yes, like he would do anything to play some hockey.
Brent Burns is still one of the best defensemen. I mean, when you have a Joe Thornton, Joe Pavelski, Logan Couture, Martin Jones, underrated goaltender in San Jose.
Oh yes.
I remember the Sharks, the Evgeny Nabokov days.
Oh yes.
But I don't know what it is about San Jose goaltenders that get underrated. Antti Niemi. With Chicago, he got a little bit of love, but it wasn't until
San Jose and kind of got more, and then he just.
But I think the Sharks, this could be a year they really put it all together. But I mean, I don't think the Capitals. I think the Capitals need to move Ovechkin. Actually,
it wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think it'd be a bad idea at all.
To move, well, it depends on what you're returning, but I think
right. I mean, if you get something that's going to actually help you, you don't just get rid of them. You get something for them.
If you're happy with second round every year, then keep him, I guess.
If you're trying to win,
or if you just, you know what, the core is getting older. I mean, they traded Johansson, a 26-year-old prime scorer to us, to a rebuilding team. Like, it's supposed to be the opposite, isn't it?
we're supposed to give them like a Taylor Hall, but they're not giving us. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It just
like they get like a top team in a conference gave a rebuilding team a player in his mid-20s who's coming off a 30-goal season, but that doesn't make sense. I don't
get it. Just makes zero sense to me.
So if they want to throw Ovechkin our way too, sure.
Yeah, right, just go ahead.
We'll give you some more prospects. We can give you every defenseman but Andy Green, and you can give us Alex Ovechkin. Maybe Ovechkin can play defense. Just pure offensive attack. Ovechkin playing right defenseman. There you go.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Hey, he can play two-way.
Yeah, no,
he's not afraid. Unlike Sidney Crosby, I hate Sidney Crosby. Yeah.
Sure would.
Sidney Crosby, I despise you. Pittsburgh Penguins, I loathe you.
I hate
Philadelphia Flyers, you disgust me.
Yeah.
New York Rangers, you have no words for you.
I hate you.
Islanders, I'm indifferent on you because you suck like us. Moving on.
Moving on.
Ovechkin is actually not afraid to get his nose dirty, so maybe he could play defenseman. Who knows? Who the heck knows? But
that dude's crazy because he's Russian, so... That dude is just insane.
Is
he still living with his mother?
We don't stereotype on this podcast.
I'm just saying he's crazy.
No, you said because he's Russian.
Because he's crazy Russian hockey player. That's what he is.
Do you want to do an NHL Cup before we wrap up?
We could.
Or we can save it for the next episode.
Yeah, it's up to
watch a few games.
We'll watch a few games. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's see the results, and then we'll trickle that in there.
Give it a little bit. Give it a week.
Give it a week. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. There's a couple games in there.
Give it a week.
Bada bing. Oh, and we promise. Well, we can't make promise. We'll try our best to not make you guys wait a month for
again. Yeah, no,
it's just
life.
Yeah, schooling and working and living our lives in the absolute fast lane. Just kidding. I don't do that at all.
Life in slow.
I live my life in like the middle lane of the highway. I'm like,
I'm cruising.
I'm going like 5 over. If the speed limit of life is 60, I'm going 65. Something a little bit like that.
Just sometimes I slow it down.
So I'm just right in the middle there, just moving ahead. So kind of like my Devils are moving ahead. Hopefully. Grinding along.
Give me some defense.
Devils 2018 champions. No, just
oh my
that'd be
unexpected.
That'd be like a Twins turnaround.
Twins. God, let's not get back on baseball. I'm sorry.
We'll save that. Wow, this is a nice show today.
Yeah, a little hour 45.
We added an extra 30 minutes of material. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice when you ain't got to be somewhere.
Hopefully we're not as echoey. I'm sure I'm looking at the recording right now, and there was some major spikes in the noise.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I have a loud voice, folks. I'm sorry.
It happens. It's a lot less loud. I don't know what it was last time, but
we were in an wide open basement is what it was.
Yeah, this little.
So hopefully
this helps.
The sound is a little bit better this time, and we do appreciate you listening whenever you do listen.
Yes, thank you, people. Thank you very much. We do this for you.
Well, we kind of do it for ourselves.
And we do
it for ourselves. We love you guys, but we also do this giant spike. Wow, how loud
we get excited.
But we love just sports talking in general. So the more interaction, the better. We'll start getting more guests on our shows. Like I know we have a lot of people that want to talk hockey with us, and a lot of that want to talk football, so on and so forth. So as we go forward in this entire process of building the show, getting higher quality stuff and material as well, we'll get more people in here, and hopefully we can bring you an even better product in the future. But for now, it's always awesome just to talk, and it's like a professional feeling, but it's also laid back at the same time, so it's like I enjoy doing this. I hope you enjoy it, Chris.
No, I enjoy this a whole lot. Best part of my day so far, actually.
So then we have to do this like every day then. So it's like daily. I mean, daily podcasts do exist.
They do. I feel like we'd kind of run out of stuff, and they'd be like, no, they wouldn't. Just kidding. We could talk sports all freaking day.
I mean, I could devote a 2-hour episode to just soccer.
Yeah, you enjoy that.
You could just sit here and
I'll just say, yeah,
just nod and I can do an entire episode of the Premier League, the Italian Serie A, La Liga, shall I go so on? And you just said what, and what, Joe?
I've heard of them.
They're leagues.
I know they're leagues. I've heard of them.
They play a sport. They play a sport. But yeah. So again, thank you for listening. Whenever you do listen, and make sure you like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. Have you been tweeting, Chris?
Man, Twitter Twitter crashed, and I'm working on it.
Come on, man.
We'll get
to
to
us
it.
tweeting. Get us tweeting.
We'll
Follow us on Facebook.
Okay.
Follow us on Twitter. Share.
You gotta get to tweeting too.
Share this whenever we share this on our page.
Share it with everybody you know.
This is going to be on YouTube. Well, at some point, we also will look into putting it in like the podcast app, iTunes kind of thing. But for now, we're going to stick with the YouTube and then go from there. So, Chris will upload this at some point tonight.
Hopefully.
And within a couple of days, we'll get this up.
Yeah.
And thanks again for listening. I'm Cope.
I'm Kessler.
And this has been Coping with the Sports World. And we hope you guys have a great day or night whenever you guys hear this. So thanks one and all for listening. And you guys keep it easy and enjoy your sports.